Hey, what's up, y'all? So I went to see the movie Him last night. And if there's one thing that I got out of this movie is never meet your heroes. All right. So with that being said, I'm looking forward to telling you guys more about it. This is El Camino, and welcome to my Flick Report. FYI, there will be some spoilers. So Tyreek Withers plays the role of Cameron Cade, an up-and-coming quarterback who's destined for greatness. Unfortunately, he is met with a horrific head injury by an overzealous fan the day before his combine and stuff. Just when he thought all was lost, enters this man. Isaiah White, played by none other than Marlon Wayans himself. Now, Isaiah White is an 8-time, I guess in this movie, Super Bowl champion for the football team called the Saviors. Needless to say, this is the team that Cameron Cade has been wanting to be on since he was a little kid, and Isaiah White is pretty much like, for lack of a better term, his idol. He's someone that he's always looked up to growing up, and now he has the potential, to learn from him. So Isaiah, pretty much puts Cameron through, for lack of a better term, hell week, to see if he really has what it takes to not only be a great quarterback, but to potentially take his spot. And I'm gonna let you know right now, Isaiah White is not gonna let his spot go without a fight and stuff. So to call those next 7 days that Isaiah's gonna be, Cameron's gonna be spending with him, Hell Week, that pretty much sums up what this movie's gonna be about, because he's gonna be going through a whole lot to see if he's actually built to take on what it is, not just to be a franchise quarterback, but to be the name that that everybody associates with greatness and stuff. And again, like I said, Isaiah White is not going to let it go without a fight. I'm gonna let you know right now, this movie definitely plays on Cameron Cade's, doubts, fears, temptations, everything that is gonna take in order for him to be what the franchise wants him to be and stuff. And at the end, this is what he ends up becoming. For all intents and purposes, man, he ends up becoming a quote unquote, I guess you can say, idol or whatever, because this movie definitely touches on, what idol worship is when it comes to people really putting athletes and superstars in this in such a high pedestal, and the things that those people need to go through in order to become those quote unquote idols. So this movie definitely had a message to it, as sick and as twisted as this movie was and stuff. I will say this movie, although I liked it and I got the message, it's not for everybody. It goes without saying, it's definitely not for kids. Keep kids out of the theaters when it comes to this movie and stuff. I will say this: the woman who played Isaiah White's wife in the movie, I'm not gonna show her on here, but she definitely looks like what Marlon Wayans and Shawn Wayans looked like in the movie White Chicks, which I thought was rather funny and stuff. What else? It goes without saying, the actors in this movie did a bang up job. The looks in this movie were definitely graphic. Things that took place in this movie were graphic as well and stuff. I would definitely I would definitely categorize this as a horror movie and whatnot, but it definitely has some suspense elements in this movie as well, or whatever. With that being said, Marlon Wayans, he really did his thing in this movie, man. He's been talking about, wanting to stretch himself as an actor for a while now, besides people just looking at him as being some sort of comedy relief, and he did that in this movie. I will say that and stuff. And when it comes to Jordan Peele being involved in this movie, I want to make it very clear, Jordan Peele did not write or direct this movie. Monkey Paw Productions, just had, produced it and stuff. So, yeah, I believe Justin Tipping wrote and directed this movie along with two other gentlemen and whatnot. But with that being said, El Camino rates this movie. I'm gonna rate it a chuleta with Tembleque tendencies. I'm rating it a chuleta because it was good. It was really good in my opinion. But some people, is gonna be an acquired taste due to the graphic nature of this movie. And this movie is graphic. All right, so yeah, man. Check out him. It's in theaters now. There are actually 2 football movies out this weekend. This is the first one that I've seen called Him, and my next movie review will be on the movie The Senior. If I don't post it tomorrow, it'll definitely be posted up on Monday. But yeah, man, I'm gonna give you both sides of what this, of what this football life is when it comes to my movie review. All right, you all have a great night and God bless. Peace.